Good morning. I, Dr. Praval Chakravarti, Associate Professor of Jagannath Institute of Management Sciences, presenting you a series of lecture subject business statistics, and the topic is index number. We will cover following: introductions, definitions, characteristics, uses, problems, classifications, methods, values of index number, and chain index number. Before we start, uh, we should discuss about the introductory part of index number. An index number measures the relative changes in prices, quantity, values of some other item of interest from one time period to another. A simple index number measures the relative change in one or more than one variables. Suppose consumer price index, increase of the petrol price, increase of inflations, we can measure through index numbers. Now, what is index number? An index number is the measure how much variable changes over a period of time. We calculate the index number by finding the ratio of the current value with the base value. We will consider a base value. On that basis, we can find out the index numbers. Now, definition of index number given by the Ronald is that index number are quantitative measures of growth of prices, productions, inventories, and other quantities of economic interests. Characteristics of index number. Index numbers are specialized averaged. Index numbers measure the change in the level of phenomena. Index number measure the effect of changes over a period of time. And uses of index numbers to framing the suitable policies, government policy, planning commissions, inflation rate, deflation rate. They reveals the trend and tendency. Index numbers are very useful for deflecting. The construction of index number and the problem that may be causes for constructing the index number, that will be discussed in the current slides. First is the base year. It is a very difficult task. What would be the base year? It is the first problem that has been created. What would be the base year? That we have to find out. On base year, if it is 1979, the base year is different. 1980, if we consider the base year of 1980, it will quite difference on that. Means you should be very sure about this, that what would be the base year. Next is that selection of the commodity. What are the commodities you have to take in? Say food items, means fried food items. What are the food items we have to take for finding the index number? That is the very precise and correct one. Next is the prices. Prices of the commodity varies place to place. Therefore, you should be very sure that when you will collect the prices, means it is very important point. And the prices were to be collected, whether we have to choose the wholesaler or retailer, or whether we should include taxes, because the taxes are in the state wise, it is very. Now it is same, but it is vary from state to state, in country to country. That is also very important issues. Selecting the items kept in mind. What are the things we have to keep in mind? Items should be representative of the taste, habits, customs, and the peoples. Items should be recognizable. It should be stable in quality over the two different periods and places. The economic and social importance of the various items should be considered. The items should be fairly large in number. All those varieties of commodity which common use are stable character should be included. While collecting the prices, the following points should be noted. Prices are collected from those places where the particular commodities are traded large quantities. Published information regarding the prices should also be utilized. In selecting individual and institutions who would supply the price quotations should be taken that they are not be biased. Selection of wholesale and retail prices depends upon the types of index number to be prepared. Wholesale prices are used for the construction of general price index and retail prices are used for construction of cost of living index number. Prices collected from the various places should be averaged. Selection of average. This is another important issue, what type of average to be used. Since the index numbers are specialized average and this is the one of the most major fourth problem you have. Next is the selection of weight. Generally all the commodities include the construction of index numbers are not equal importance. Means some are more important, some are less. On that basis we have to check. Next, purpose of the index number. You should be very ensure that why this index number to be constructed. That purpose should be very clear. The most important consideration of the construction of index number is the objective of the index number. All other problems or steps are to be viewed in the light of the purpose of the particular index number is to be prepared. Next is that selection method. There are various methods are there. Now which is the best possible method, that is the final step. Now types of index number. Basically there are four types: simple index number, composite index number, price index number and qualitative index number. Simple index numbers are measured on the basis of the relative changes of single variables. On that basis that is called simple. Composite index number, as I have mentioned, in single variable, here it is multiple variable is used, group of variables are used. Price of index number means price of index number on the relative changes in the prices, on that basis that index number to be calculated. And the quantity index number, as I have mentioned earlier, the price here, the quantity has been considered for the changes in quantities in the index number, that is considered for finding the index number. Now index number can be a weighted index number or unweighted index number. Unweighted index number means simple average method, simple price relative method, and weighted index number, weighted average method, and weighted average price relative methods. Now we are coming to the simple aggregative index number. What exactly we should do? Means we will consider the price of the commodities. Here it has been mentioned price of the commodity of the base years and the changes in the price of the commodity of the current year. On that basis we will find out the index number. This is the simplest way of finding the simple aggregated numbers. Here price and commodities are given, means price are given. What exactly we should take? Means price of the base year is 2007 and price of the current year is 2008. Means we will add these prices and on that basis we can find out. This will be the calculation that has been mentioned here. Price of the commodity of 2008, that is the current year, price of the commodity of the base years, and on that basis a index number that has been calculated, that is equal to 134.45. means how much increase that has been made, that is equal to 34.45% increased, that it is mentioned here. Okay, 34.545% okay of increase, that is mentioned. Okay, next is that simple average relative method. The current prices is expressed on the basis of the price relative of the base year. Means we will calculate the prices of the base year and thereafter we have to take the average of that. It can be done if it is in fluctuating percentage basis, then we should use logarithms. Okay. This is our simple average relative methods. That we have discussed. Now we are coming to the weighted index number. It is very important for examination point of view. weighted index number. Most of the time this type of question usually been asked in the examinations. There are basically 6 methods: Laspeyres, Purchase, Callies, Dudwis, Fishers, as well as Marshall Edgeworth. Now what actually the weighted index number? These are those index number in which rational weights are assigned to a various change in a expletive fashions. It is in a explicit fashions it has been explained. It is very important thing, you should note down this. It has been explained as a explicit. Weighted aggregative index numbers. The index numbers are the simple aggregative types of fundamentals difference of weight are assigned or the various items included in the index numbers. Here Laspeyres methods. Here the base years as 1871. This method has been used in the year Laspeyres in the year 1871. And this method of weight to determine the quantity on the basis of their quantity base. Here how this base year's quantity that has been taken into the consideration, and price of the quantity, price of the base year is P1 is the price in the current year and Q0 is the quantity of the base year. Means on the basis of quantity of the base year that has been considered, and P0 and P1 be the price of base year price, okay, and it is the current year price, okay. But in the case of purchase, what actually they had done, it has been purchased in the year 1874. He is a German statistician. He has considered quantity of current year, means current year's quantity, current year. This is a quantity, okay. And price, as I have mentioned, P0 and P1 be the price of the base year as well as current year, okay. But Dodds-Boyles means what actually they had done, they have taken the average of Laspeyres and Purchase. What we have calculated in Laspeyres and Purchase method, here, what actually they had done, here done the average of that is called Dodds-Boyles. And Fisher's index numbers, it is a very important thing. What actually they had done, they had taken the geometric mean of Laspeyres and Purchase. Means here they have used arithmetic mean, and here they have used geometric mean, GM, okay. Actually it is stated Marshall Edgeworth means Laspeyres numerator and Laspeyres and Purchase numerator. This is the Laspeyres and Purchase numerators and Laspeyres and Purchase denominator part, okay. What actually the way index number, same way we have to find out here also Laspeyres and Purchase on we can find out the Marshall and Edgeworth. Here it is mentioned about Laspeyres and Purchase. If we want to find out the index number Marshall and Edgeworth, then what actually we have to find out, P1 Q0, that is the P1 Q0 is given here. What is P1 Q0? P1 Q0 is equal to 39 and P1 Q1 is equal to how much? That is equal to P1 Q1 is equal to also equal to 35 and P0 Q0 is equal to 52 and P0 Q1 that is equal to 52, that is also equal to 52, means we have to they have added 52 plus a 52, that is index number that is equal to 71.11, okay. Means the price of the commodity that has been comes down, means from 100 to 71.1, that is equal to, difference is equal to how much? That is equal to 28 8.9% fall in prices. Okay. Whereas similarly Fisher's index numbers we can find out, means it is the geometric mean of less pairs and purchase, through which we can find out that Fisher index number. Now weighted average price relative index number, this is another index numbers. First we have to find out the relative prices, relative price we have to find out. On that basis we have to multiply by the quantity, then we can find out the P0 Q0 is the value of the weights, and P is the price relative. V is equal to what? That is equal to sigma P0 Q0, and this is equal to sigma P1 by P0. Okay, P0 P1 by P0, okay, into 10 into what actually we have to multiply? You have to multiply it by quantity. Okay, this is the weighted average price relative index number. Price relative means when it is stated that price relative, we have to find out P1 by P0 into 100. Okay. Value index number, it is another type of index number, value of the product or the prices and quantity. A simple ratio of is equal to the value of the current year divided by value of the base years. On that basis we can find out that is equal to P1 Q1 divided by sigma P0 Q0. What exactly P1 Q1? P1 is the price of current year, P1 price, and Q1 with the price quantity for current year, and P0 Q0, that is also price and quantity, that is for the base year. Okay. On that basis we can find out the value chain index numbers. Okay. Now chain index number, it is also very important when the method is used for comparison of the method of the fixed base rather than the base of changes year to year. For example, 2007 2006 will be the base year, and 2006 to 2005 is the same on the base. Okay. For that, what actually you have to find out link relative of the current year, chain index of the previous year divided by 100. That is our chain business. Here the year and prices are given. How to find out the chain index number? First we have to find out the link relative. How to find out the link relative? The first we will consider that is equal to 100. Next we will consider 60 by 50 into 100, means this 100 we will call it here. Okay. That is equal to 60 by 50 into 100, that is equal to 120. Similarly 60 by 50 by 100, 65 by 60. 60 means the before one, 65. Initial one is 60 by 50 by 100. Okay. If we consider this as P1, P2, P3, what actually we have done? P3 by P2 into 100 in this case. Here P2 by P1 into 100, it is like that. And initially that is equal to 100. When we will find out the link relative, thereafter what actually you have to do? 100 into 120, 100 into 120 divided by 100, that is equal to 120. Next one is 120 into 108 divided by 100. This is divided by 100, that is equal to 129.60. Okay. Here it is in details. Another chain index number is given, where 1974 to 79. Same method, first we have to find out link relative, on that basis thereafter we will to find. That is our splicing. Now for a reference point of view, you should use following books, 4 books. These are the very good books. Thank you very much.